When you see the support you're getting like this, Mark, what does it mean to you, and what does it mean about the work you do for the foundation?
It's just overwhelming, man. I'm just so humbled. I'm listening. I'm trying to hold back the tears myself. It's been such a tough journey. Like, you know, these people are expressing how they feel, and they don't even know how incredibly hard this journey has been. I haven't even told them the fullness of the story, but they get it. And I'm humbled. I'm humbled that I could even be in this situation to honor my son like this. I thank God. Like, people have to understand that this isn't about my strength and my courage. Yeah, there's principles that I've followed, that everything that's been designed and created, there's a manual for. So there's principles that I've followed that were put in my manual for human beings. And they're the principles I've taught my son. I know I didn't create myself. I know that we have a great creator of heaven and earth and all these wonderful things we go out in nature and see. So I respect that. And I've had to learn how to go and speak to my creator and ask him, what's my role in this? Because I need to kill someone here. Someone's taken my son's life. I'm the father. My job is to protect. I need to kill this guy because everything in my body, every emotion, every pump of my heart is just driving me to do this. I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming about it, I'm waking up, I'm thinking about it, I'm going to court. It's on my mind. I'm looking for opportunities when to get my hands on him because I know I have the strength and the capability to snap a neck. That's what I do. I'm trained to fight. So that's what's driving me. But there's something else, because I know we're spirit beings living in these flesh bodies, because it's our spirits that separate us as individuals. And I knew that because I'm connected to my creator, there was something else saying to me, don't allow your emotions to drive you to kill somebody, give up in life, go into drugs, go back to reverting into the old life when you was young. Stay focused on what you've developed and grown into and what you taught your son. So here was the real 12-round battle. Yeah. And I was in the championship rounds now. And I had to show up. I had to show my son that I weren't just talking about how I wanted you to be. Me and your mum just weren't doing this for show because we wanted you to be good. We got to live it. So it was my test that I was under. And it was like, well, I don't have it. You strengthen me. You know everything. You're all-knowing God. So show me what next. And what happened was it started unraveling opportunities to speak, opportunities to go in front of teachers, children and parents. And it just began to build from there, and the media kept contacting me. I wasn't in control of this. I've just been an open vessel that said, well, I'm willing. I know it's going to be tough. Let's go. And I'm still going 15 years later.
You're a bit more than an open vessel. You're an inspiration, you're an aspirational character. When you talked about something about a moment ago, you talked about the state of this nation.
Right on cue.
You talked about the state of this nation, and you talked about the climate that we live in and the circumstances we find ourselves in. And it's a time for leaders, and it's a time for people to stand up and uphold character and standards. And you talked about success in life. And you talked about people that aspire for money, but merely it's about being good at something and having the right character. And people like you embody that. I've had success in my life. I've seen things in life, good and bad. And when I sit across a room from you and you talk about being humbled by people talking about you, it's other people that should be humbled listening to you, because the journey that you've been on and the experiences that you have, 99% of the world couldn't have coped with, let alone come back and be a force for good and a force for aspiration and a force for change and education and awareness. Your credit. No wonder your son said to you when he was 15 years of age that he was proud of his father, because I'm proud of you and I don't even know you. I sit across a room and I want to give you a hug and a kiss because I think you're an absolute inspiration. And I've sat here for 15 minutes or 20 minutes like most people have going, what a man. What a man. What a journey. What a horrible story for it had to have come through. Yeah. But what an inspiration.
Yeah.
What next?
Yeah.
What do we do next?
QPR have helped enormously, haven't they?
Wow.
Simon, wonderful words.
Yeah.
QPR have been amazing, haven't they, Mark?
Yeah. QPR have been phenomenal. The people in the boardroom, everybody there have been supportive, the executive, directors, people on the community team, Andy Evans, Lee Hughes, Les Ferdinand, Paul Morrison. They've just been awesome. The fans, there's some really great fans. You know, it was them that voted the majority. You know, obviously not everybody's going to want to have a black kid's name across the front of their stadium, but it's not up to them. It's up to the majority vote.
This is
so
right.
let's embrace
Absolutely
what
right.
the majority want for their club. And at QPR, the majority voted for Kiyan Prince Foundation to be the name of their stadium. And we've done nothing but honour the name of Queen's Park
That's
Rangers
right.
Football Club in the way that we've conducted ourselves, the way that we've gone about helping, inspiring people, changing young people's lives.
Yeah.
And that's in honour of my son.
And Mark, you know how he's been added to the QPR roster
Yeah.
in the new FIFA video game, FIFA
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, EA Sports done a
Now-
great job there.
I've got to ask you something.
Yeah.
It's given you the opportunity to imagine Kiyan as he would be today, be 30 today. What on earth was that like?
It was a very difficult process. There's been a lot of tears that I can't. You don't want to see me doing on this talkSPORT show. You know, we've had to talk about him a lot. We've had to talk about his character, his leadership qualities. We've had to go through his stats. We've had to build him. We've had to get his friends in that played with him in the academy, at school. So I got to hear a lot more stories about Kiyan that I didn't even know. It was a beautiful and heart-wrenching experience all at the same time. And one that I'm so glad that I travelled. And it is the road less travelled. But I'm glad I've been travelling this road. I wouldn't have known some of these things with Kiyan and these great stories, some hilarious stories. Kiyan was such a funny guy. One guy told me, it's the first time I met your son. He came in my house and he was with my friend and he was standing there and I had a tub of peanut butter, a jar of peanut butter on the table. Because next thing I turn around, Kiyan is digging out my peanut butter out the jar. And I tell you, listen, man, Kiyan he was nuts, man. He really was. But like, it wasn't like he was horrible or bad. Like, the guy was like in shock, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing with my peanut
What are you
butter?
doing with my peanut butter, man? The guy was like, oh, okay, sorry. You know, and just put it back. But there's so many great stories of Kiyan. You know, the little kid in year 7 that was just breaking down, putting down flowers and just talking about how Kiyan wouldn't allow him to get bullied. He was getting bullied by older kids and now Kiyan just intervened. He was heartbroken that Kiyan was killed at the school at that, you know, he attended and he was just broken. You know, I got stopped by another guy on the street just expressing how Kiyan just helped to, you know, get him involved in developing friendships. He was from another country and just standing there, didn't know anyone. And Kiyan said, what are you doing standing here on your own? The guy was like, you know, I just come in the schools, you know, it's my first weekend. I was like, come on in, come over here and introduce it. Yep, now you know everybody, now you're all right now. Let's join the football game. And that was
father's
it.
Good as that sounds.
His
father's son.
Special boy.
Yeah,
How
that was
can
it.
people help with the foundation, Mark?
Yeah, they can certainly help. I was just talking to you guys when we had the break and I was saying, imagine that. There's 1 million followers listening. Imagine if 1 million followers gave £1. That would be 1 million. And I said, look at our goal. You know, we looked at our budget that we put together years ago. It was over $500,000 to run a centre for a year. But by now we've realised that that's not going to be enough. It costs $1 million to do a murder case to put one child in jail. So we need 1 million to create a centre to put how many thousand young people and keep them out of jail and create young people that are adding value to their communities, you know, developing entrepreneurs and the new sports stars of the future and getting people being employed and having the right mindset. This is what we want to do with this centre. Everything I've talked about is what we want to do in this centre. It is so important.
So where do we go for the website?
Okay, so if you text KPF amount to, so you put your amount, do it to 70490. So KPF, text KPF, the amount 70490, 70490, and we will receive that. We obviously would like people to support us. Subscribe to Dr. Mark Prince OBE YouTube channel. Follow the process, because what we want to do is take people on a journey. I don't just want to raise money. I wanted to see where your money's going. What's happening.
Yeah, that's a great point.
With this.
Yeah.
So let's create, you know, some film footage around it. Follow me on my social media.
And what about the website, Mark?
The website is thekpf.com. You know, so go on there, see how we've developed things, what opportunities we have. We want young people to go on there. In fact, because of this, we're trying to create collaborations. So we're asking organizations, you know, that are able to do, you know, whether it's counseling, life coaching, therapy. We got lots of kids who suffer with PTSD. A lot of kids are seeing friends being stabbed and people being injured and, you know, going into school the next day and, you know, over space of time, their behavior changes.
Yes.
And the school's not recognizing it's what they're going through.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we provide that support and help for them.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Mark, we'll leave you with 3 messages. Jamie Lowe, I'm in tears at Mark Prince. He's an absolute inspiration.
Yeah.
We'll leave you with Blocks in Hitchin. Hearing how proud you were of your son all these years ago, imagine how proud he is today looking down on you today, Dr. Prince.
Awesome.
And John Lavery. John, we want to apologise for complicating your day somewhat. Captivated listening to Mark Prince OBE on talkSPORT. I've actually missed 3 important phone calls while I was driving. Now I've stopped. I'm still listening, but I'm gutted. I've got to get out and go to a meeting. Dr. Prince, please keep up the good work. Everybody around the country is with you.
Yeah.
We're with you, Mark.
That's incredible.
We're with you. This has been special. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I just want to remind everyone that we as a community need to demand more leadership qualities from our politicians and people in charge instead of politicians in leadership.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning 10 till 1 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.